This is Photo Freaks. I'm Matt DeConti. Welcome to episode 3. Today we're going to talk about what kind of photographer you want to be. And we have actually chosen the location, the original Batman Cave today. So from the 1966, I believe, 1966 TV show, Batman with Adam West. Anyways, what kind of photographer you want to be. For myself, it's about passion. And one of the reasons why I actually picked the cave is along the hero theme. You don't really realize it, and this isn't for like the people out there just going to use a point and shoot. This is more directed towards people who want to be a photographer, aspiring photographers, or even if you already currently are a professional photographer. You want to have passion. You want to love what you do, because when you're a photographer, a lot of people don't realize how your work, your art, it actually affects people's lives. You have the ability, depending on what you choose, to change and affect a person's life. Now, when you start out, you might think, hey, I've always grown up loving sports. I should be a sports photographer. Or I've been in bands and I love music. I should be a music photographer or a band photographer and travel. And that's great. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. But I challenge you to open up your mind and try a bunch of different things. When I first started out, I shot bands, I shot models, I shot animals at kennels, I did weddings, I did family portraits, you name it, I pretty much did. I did photojournalism. I explored all of my options to see if maybe there was something out there that I wasn't thinking of, that something might inspire me in a different way than what I might originally think. And it really did happen. I grew up loving sports and loving football. I was a diehard Dallas Cowboys fan. I know some of you are going to probably hate that. But you would think that would be what I want to do, is be a sports photographer. And then I realized after shooting and trying a lot of different things how much power being a photographer actually has. Seeing some other photographers work, like somebody who's experiencing sad emotion, or myself, I chose wedding photography. Just knowing, and part of the reason why I am in wedding photography, knowing that one of my pictures, maybe one of these days, some couple will be having, unfortunately, a difficult time in their marriage, and they'll look back on one of these pictures, or maybe a couple, and they might think twice about working it out. If you end up shooting sports photography, you might capture that moment that even a little kid has. He takes a look at your picture and is like, man, you know what? I want to be an athlete. When I did animal photography, and I volunteered and shot at one of the local animal kennels. If I can help somebody or an animal get adopted or find a home, you have that ability with your art. There are so many different ways that you as a photographer can go. So when you are deciding, have passion, whatever you do, love what you do. Don't just do it. I mean, if you want to just go through the motions and make a couple of quick bucks, yeah, you can do it. But the truth is, it's going to show in your photography. I can tell when a photographer has emotion and passion and loves what they do just by looking at their pictures. And your clients will too. Or if you end up volunteering, like to go shoot on missions, and you capture that photojournalism, that has power. That can change someone's perception in the way they think. That can motivate people into doing something positive in life. It could actually get people to stop doing things that aren't good. So you have that power. So whatever you do, rethink everything that you might originally think if you're just starting out. And if you are currently a photographer, I challenge you to go explore and try a different type of photography. Do that on your off time and see if maybe you get inspired in another way, because sometimes you can get caught up into doing the same thing over and over and over again, and you just lose that fire. So invent yourself as a photographer and then reinvent yourself. You might be pleasantly surprised with what you come up with, and it'll benefit you all the way around with your career, with your art, and you're going to notice that in the way that people look at your artwork. Even if it's landscape photography, you might be thinking, oh, well, not really landscape photography. But yeah, you actually might. You might even do the smallest thing to somebody, like give them that inspiration to go travel somewhere. I don't know how many times I've looked at like a travel guide and said, oh my God, look at that picture, I want to go there. So have fun with it. Try a lot of different styles. One of the best pieces of advice I got was to, before I go to college and take photography and learn through college professors, and even before I do the whole YouTube thing, was to shoot for a full year and learn, because there's certain rules that you're taught when you're getting an education like in college. So what I did was, when I started out, I did a whole year just to kind of find my style and to learn and think outside the box. And for myself, that was great advice. It may not be for you. You might be someone who likes a little bit more structure, and that's fine. But when you are deciding what kind of photographer you want to be, think outside the box. If you are a photographer already, reinvent yourself, try different things, push yourself. It's okay to get into a little bit of trouble when you're taking pictures, but nothing illegal. I'm not saying do anything illegal, but yeah, get the shots that aren't what everybody would expect, and try different things. Find what drives you and what inspires you. So that's it here on Photo Freaks. Please remember to hit the like button and subscribe.